This is a weird video. I look like a mess. I'm exhausted and I'm trying to cook. I decided to film, because why not? Even though this is definitely a terrible idea. I'm making spaghetti. I went to Pride, and, I don't know, I thought I'd talk about it, I guess. I don't know why I'm filming. I couldn't tell you. I don't feel good. I feel very sick, actually. I feel incredibly sick. I can't even wear my, my wrist things that make me feel more masculine because my skin feels like death. Towards the end, I was definitely getting heat sick. And, like, you know how they say, like, when you... The signs they say to look for heat stroke, one of them is if your skin, like, stops sweating and it's getting, like, that hot and dry texture. That's where I was approaching, was, like I didn't hit heat stroke, I didn't get there. But, like, I was, right as we left, I'm like, I'm not sweating anymore. And I really don't feel good. I'm really shaky, and my head really fucking hurts, and I feel like I'm gonna throw the fuck up. It wasn't great. It was great, but that wasn't great. I'm cooking meat, that's why I'm doing this. I don't know. I just wanted to talk to a camera for a while, because I miss doing that when I don't do that. Did I take the fucking... Yes, I did. So that's why I'm filming with my hair a mess, because I was laying down, and I couldn't sleep because I'm starving. Probably need some meat, but that's why I'm making spaghetti with meat sauce. So, this might not go up, and also, I always put everything up. Even when I say something isn't going to go up, it goes up anyway somehow. Because I have terrible decision-making skills, and I just put up nightmares for no particular reason. But yeah, I look like a disaster, and I don't know if in this lighting you can see the sunburn on my face. There's definitely, I don't know if you can see it in the lighting or not. My nose is definitely burnt, for sure. Some of my chest is burnt a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. So, that's gonna look worse tomorrow and feel worse tomorrow. And it might peel. Might blister. Have you ever had that, like, that sunburn that, like, you get blisters that just, like, ooze and pop? I'm probably gonna get that on the top of my head, because that's where I always get that. My hair is so fucking thin that my scalp always burns when I'm in the sun too long. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. But yeah, I went to Pride to actually talk about the gay stuff. So I haven't been to Pride since I went with my girlfriends back in God knows how long ago that was. I think 2019. I'm not entirely sure though. It might have been 2018. I couldn't tell you. And we went to Toronto Pride, which was really fun. And I haven't ever been to a Pride event since then. And the one that I went to is nearby. I don't really want to fucking dox my location or anything, but it's nearby. But it is the biggest one, like, close to me. And it was really, really cool. It was really cool. I got to go with a few friends. And we stayed there pretty much the whole time. We saw the parade, which was fun. I wish I'd gotten some closer seating to the parade. I stood for some of it, but it was also like there was just a lot of people there, so there's a lot of people in front of me. So I couldn't see a lot. That's okay. I got some pictures, but it's also like every picture is taken from behind other people who are enjoying it at a much closer distance than I am. So, but it was really, really cool to see, like, all the posters and the flags. Just like, it's always fun whenever you see your own flag. Like, my specific flags are the trans flag and the bi flag. So, you know, whenever you see those, it's like, oh, that person has a bi flag, or that there's a trans flag, and there were so many fucking trans people. There were so many trans people. It was so fucking cool. I wish I'd gotten brave enough to, like, talk to any of them, or more of them. I said hi to a few people, and that was fun. Oh, this might be really loud. I'm gonna do it the normal way, I guess. Normally when I make spaghetti, I, like, heat up the electric kettle and put boiling water already in, so it doesn't have to heat up all the way, but, that would probably be loud in your ears. I'm not gonna do that to you. Let that fill up for a minute. There's no way you can hear me. There's no way you can fucking hear me with that going, so I'm just gonna not talk about anything. Or I'm gonna pretend to talk about something, and you're gonna feel like you're missing out on some amazing commentary, which you're not. I'm just fucking saying nothing at all. Saying nothing at all. Fucking cooking meat, I guess. I'm technically supposed to give this pot back to my parents. I'm not supposed to have this one for... It's theirs, and I was borrowing it to make a fuck ton of curry, but I'm using it again, because I can. So there's that. I don't know if this is going to go up. Also, every time I say that, it does, so... Yes, I'm oversalting the pasta water right now. Can you oversalt water? Because I need salt, because before I stopped sweating, I was sweating like a fucking maniac, so... There's that. But yeah, I don't know, there were so many fucking trans people, it was so cool. And you know, you can't always tell, like, that is really important to remember, like, you cannot always tell when someone's trans, and it's kind of not polite to assume, like, okay, it's tricky. It's not polite to assume someone is cis or trans. It's not polite to just assume you know someone's gender. Because in all reality, you don't. Somebody could look cisgender and be non-binary, or they haven't transitioned yet, or they don't want to physically transition, but they still identify as a different gender than they were born as. And then there are trans people who pass completely, and, you know, you don't know, and you don't really deserve to know unless they want to share that. They do not need to disclose what's in their pants if they don't want to, and that is not a question you should ever be asking anyone. So it's like, you know, you shouldn't assume someone's trans, but, like, we're at Pride, okay? Like, we're at Pride, and it's obvious that, like, you know, and some people are very obviously and proudly want to be identified as trans. I know my ex-girlfriend who is trans, she would describe it as, today I'm dressing aggressively trans today, like, I want people to know I'm trans, like, I want people to know I'm a woman and know I'm a trans woman. So it's like, it's different for everybody. But it was just so fucking cool to see, like, so many trans people. Like, I don't see that many on a normal day-to-day basis. And just, you know, sometimes, I said this in another video, sometimes it feels like I'm the only one, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not. One of the friends I went with is trans. I know I'm not, actually two of them are. There was a new person there who was also trans, so, you know what I mean? I have friends that are trans, but like, we are such a minority in the, you know, grand population of the world around us. So it's sometimes easy to forget, like, oh, there's people like me in the town I live in the city I live in, because, you know, when I moved, again, not disclosing location or anymore, but I did move to a different city from the city I was living in previously. This is actually overcooked. What am I doing? I'm not paying attention is what I'm doing. I'm busy talking instead of fucking paying attention to the fucking meat I'm cooking. This is precarious. I don't have a proper strainer thing to do this, so I have to do it the fucking barbaric way. Barbaric way's not working right now either. Come on, there you go. Yes, I did make a mess, that's fine. I'm gonna clean that up real quick. Once I'm fucking done doing this trick. Okay, well, that's not working for me. That's fine. Oh, boy. I am a disaster. Did you know that about me? I don't have a thing I can easily strain into. What is that? Okay. It's fine. It's not mold. It's just, I don't know what it is. I made a whole... God, I'm glad I moved my phone before I did that, because my phone was sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to move this in case this goes wrong. Guess what? It went wrong, so, you know. There's that. Cooking adventures with a very, very tired, very sick, very heat-sick man. I don't feel good at all, guys. I don't feel good at all. I don't know why I'm filming. Honestly, I think I started filming because I'm in so much pain. I'm like, if I just stand here and cook, all I'll be able to do is think about how much pain I'm in, and I might start crying, so I'm gonna film instead, so I can be distracted and think about something else other than the fact that everything hurts right now, and I don't feel good. My shirt hurts to wear, because it's fucking touching my skin, which is burned and hurt, and I'm sick, so. Yeah, I should have put on sunscreen. Did I do that? No. Should I have? Absolutely. I did try to stay hydrated. I attempted to stay hydrated. Ugh. I did bring a Gatorade, and I drank that, and then I had a water bottle, and then somebody was handing out, free water bottles. Well, actually, a few people were handing out free water bottles because it wasn't the hottest day today, but obviously, like, it's a crowd of people. It is hot. It's summer right now, so technically, kind of, sort of. So, like, you know, it wasn't great. Oh, boy. Sorry, I got distracted by this mess. Oh, did it get in the salt? Oh, I don't know. Kind of. Oh, balls. That was a disaster. This is why I shouldn't film. Except that mistake probably would have happened anyway, whether I was filming or not, to be completely fucking frank. Oh, boy. Doesn't, like, a small spill just fucking ruin your day? Like, like, everything's going fine, and then you spill something, and it's like, everything's ruined. The world is ending. I'm sad. I'm an incompetent fucking bastard who can't even fucking pour something right. And now I'm gonna cry about it like a goddamn 5-year-old. Don't cry over spilled milk. Yeah, but what if the spilled milk hurt my feelings, man? It hurt my feelings. Okay, I do need some actual soap to clean this, too. I know what I'm doing. I'm an adult, sort of, kind of, maybe. If you squint. From the start of the world. Oh my god. Adulting is hard. But Pride was a lot of fun. There's, you know, people wearing all sorts of stuff. There was a guy dressed as like basically like a drag pirate, which if you don't know me by now, I love pirates. I love pirates so much. Pirates are like one of my favorite fucking, like, I don't know. Some people are like, okay, are you a vampire gay or are you a werewolf gay? Like, that's like a thing that people say. It's like, pirate gay. I'm a pirate gay. I don't know. I love pirates. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean when I was young and was like really super into the first 3 movies because that was all that was out at the time. And then Our Flag Means Death came out, and I was like, yes, pirates. And I don't know, there's other pirate things, but I don't know, it was really cool to see like what people were wearing, just like everybody's wearing like weird stuff. Of course, if you don't know about Pride, there's a lot of fursuits at Pride always, which I'm always astounded by. Because I'm like, how are you not literally dying of heat exhaustion? How do you not have heat stroke? You're wearing a fucking entire suit of fur. How are you not dead? And I know the answer, when I asked them that, why are you not dead yet? It is so hot right now. The answer was, we took a break. Or, yes, I am dying, actually. I was like, you know what, fair, actually. I don't know why I expected any other answer other than that. I need to get more seasoning shit to put in my fucking... That's the thing they don't tell you. Like, you know, you have to buy all the staples when you move in somewhere else. So it's like, I don't have anything in my fucking cupboards to season shit with. I have some. My parents gave me some, but I don't have some of the shit I'd probably use for this. But I put garlic in, so that's good. Would you boil already? You'd be boiled if I put it in an electric kettle, but I didn't want to fucking make that noise next to the fucking mic the whole time. So I did make my job harder, actually. Thanks for noticing. What was I talking about? Jesus Christ. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about at all, in any way. A lot of trans people. There was also, unfortunately, a couple protesters who unfortunately had megaphones. There was one guy in particular who was screaming at the top of his fucking lungs. He was wearing a shirt that says Jesus is Lord and was screaming, like, into the megaphone, repent, repent from your sin, don't take the mark of the beast, which I'm like, what? You're calling the rainbow the mark of the beast? You know, the rainbow was actually given by God to Noah to promise he wouldn't flood the earth again. Because the whole reason God flooded the earth in the first place was because he was like, I made a mistake, everyone's all fucked, I hate what I did, let's press a reset, blue screen of death, and then just flooded the earth. And then afterwards he's like, you know, I'm not gonna do that again, actually, we're not pressing restart anymore. And here's a rainbow to prove it. So, I don't recall the mark of the beast being a rainbow, sir. Also, do you not have anything better to do with your time? Like, if you don't like us, why are you here? You took time out of your day to come to our event and yell at us, saying heinous fucking shit. Heinous fucking shit. Like, that is time out of your day. In theory, you work during the week. You took one of your days off, a weekend day, to just make us feel bad. It's like, what the hell? But it's like, they were, you know, it was the minority, obviously. It was just that guy, and I think he had a couple lackeys or whatever. But it was like, great. And it sucked, though, because it's like he was following the trail of the parade. So it was like, you know, we have this nice parade with all, like, these different, like, groups and different, like, queer, like places, like, you know, like, advertising and being like, you know, this we're queer friendly and all that, you know, a bunch of, like queer positive stuff, and then he decides to fucking follow the tail end of it, just being an asshole, so it's like, great, good, love that. So, it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, seriously, do you not have anything better to do with your time? I'm not going into a fucking church and being like, you repent from being straight, turn gay, turn from your God and turn gay, which I don't even think that's how that's supposed to, I don't think that's even how that has to work, honestly. I don't know, it's a topic for another day, but I don't believe that faith and identity should be completely separate things. I don't think they should negate the other. I think that is an incredibly static look at a very dynamic thing that it should be. Faith should be dynamic. Even if you're not gay, faith should always be dynamic. Because when you don't have a dynamic understanding of your faith, that's when it turns into institutionalized religion, which that's where the harm comes in, is when you start, again, I have more thoughts on this for another rant another day. I don't really want to fucking spend time talking about that right now, if I'm honest. But long story short, like, if your faith is dynamic enough, it should not interfere with your identity, and it should not negate your identity. Because I don't think any God who loves his creation, from any religion, would want his creation to deny the reality of their existence, and that's just how I feel. So, I don't know. It's just like, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating to go to an event and just be like, great, now I feel bad. But, I don't know. I mean, people were just screaming at him, like, go home. that was what people started screaming, go home. Luckily it didn't get, like, physical, like, nobody was an asshole. Well, you know what I mean. Like, nobody, I mean, he would deserve to get punched, because he was fucking just telling us, like, your existence is sinful, your existence is gross and heretical, and, it's like, thanks, man, I'm just trying to, like, wave my little colors around and see other people like me. I didn't realize I was fucking hurting you, so, that sucked, but I don't know, it's just nice, people were just really nice, like, it just said hi to a bunch of people, there was some really cool stuff being sold, like pins that people made, and like paintings that people made, art that people made, and overcooking the meat. Boil, please. So, yeah, it was a good time, and it encourages me that there are this many queer people in the place I moved to. In the city I moved to. And there were some organizations I can look into. There was supposed to be a trans one that I wasn't able to get the information from, because there were so many, like, different stalls to walk through that I was too fucking tired and sick by the end. I couldn't get that information, which sucked, but, I don't know, it's just really cool to know that the person next to you, unless it's the fucking guy with the megaphone, that the person next to you is going to care about your pronouns and is going to care about how you identify. They're going to care about your gender. They're going to care about your sexual orientation, just because, they're there too. And they might not even be gay themselves, because obviously there's a lot of allies that go to things like this. People who have family members that are queer, or friends that are queer, or sometimes partners, spouses that are queer, or they work for some kind of organization or group that is pro-queer. So it's like, even if they're not gay themselves, they understand and they care, and it matters to them, And sometimes, I think, and don't take this the wrong way, but, like, I think sometimes people who aren't queer don't understand how important our identity is to us. Because I think sometimes I hear a lot of cis straight people, which it's not an insult to say someone is cis straight, that is a descriptor. I know some people take offense at that, and it's like, that is just a description of the demographic you belong to. And the only reason you haven't become comfortable with the terminology is because you haven't had to have yourself identified by the group you are in on a constant basis, like we do. So, I said that fuckardly, but that's fine. What was I saying? I was saying something. I was saying something important, too. I think when you are, like, you're not a queer person, it can be like, why are you shoving this? I hear people like, why are you shoving this in my face? Why does everything have to be gay? Why does everything have to be trans? Why do you have to always wear your colors? Why do you always have to wear your pronoun pin? Why does everything have to be gay? And it's like, I mean, there are many answers to that. And just, one of them is, the world has told me that I fit into this tiny box, and has told me that I don't matter outside of this tiny box, because all they can see is that tiny box. So I'm just going to expand that tiny box and make that tiny box my own, I'm gonna, I've been kind of told by society and the world around me that being gay is all I am, and I'm not really seen as a person outside of being gay or queer or trans or whatever. So I'm just going to take that and make it my own and rejoice in it. And also there is just general, like, rejoicing in your identity. It's something that a lot of people want us to feel shame for. So it's kind of taking that back and owning that identity. Oh, I didn't think this through. I don't think... Okay, I can actually get to it. That's fine. But, owning that identity, owning that part of yourself that people have ridiculed in a lot of cases, or just not accepted, not understood. There's more answers to it, but, it's... often, and I've said this before, privilege is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing to have privilege. It's not like, oh, you have privilege, now, like, you're the enemy. That's not what it's supposed to be. Privilege is just a recognition and understanding that you don't have to struggle the same way that someone who doesn't have that privilege has to. It shouldn't be a thing that you feel shame about in any way, which is where I think the pushback comes from at the end of the day. It's, recognizing you have privilege is just recognizing that you do have struggles. Nobody's saying that your life is inherently 100% easy, because no one's life is easy. But, God, why am I having this conversation when I feel sick? I feel like I'm gonna vomit and my head hurts so fucking bad. Like, my head hurts so bad. And it's hurt for hours. I haven't been able to take anything, because I haven't eaten, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. I also should be drinking, because I'm definitely dehydrated. So I need to fucking put a timer on for the fucking noodles, because I'm neurotic as hell, and I can't make noodles without fucking putting a timer. I don't know, I have more intelligent thoughts on this some other time, probably. Ooh. I almost fell back. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. But, yeah, I don't know. What I was saying is being, I don't know. It's nice to have a space that's our own. And that goes for Pride events and also other things like just like any Pride, like meeting groups, a person can become a part of, and just having that space where we know we're going to be respected. We know we're not going to receive hatred or, criticism for being like, hey, actually my pronouns are this. Can you not say she, her? Can you use he, him for me? Hey, my name is David, and people aren't going to like freak out about it. Like, why would your name be David? You don't look like your name should be David. It's like, well, it is. So, yeah, it's really nice to have that kind of space and I don't know. And this doesn't just go for queer people. I think anybody who is in a minority demographic, it does kind of become your entire identity a little bit, because the world has limited us to that identity. And so why don't we just rejoice in that and rejoice in that identity, to use that label to feel pride and joy instead of feeling shame, which is what a lot of people want us to feel. So, I got, I try to reply to comments on my channel, but I got some pretty unkind ones in my video where I talked about having testosterone, and then the other video where I have the trans colors on it. I talk about a lot of things in that one, but I got some nice comments too, but I got some pretty unkind ones. Rude, as they say. But I don't know. It's kind of frustrating that it's like even, and I know, it's the internet. Anyone can do what they want. People can leave comments. That is part of your right as a viewer, is to leave a comment. And technically speaking, you can say whatever you want, technically speaking. And also, I don't understand why somebody goes onto someone's video where they're talking to their audience about things that they're passionate about things that are important to them, and someone would feel the need, someone who didn't enjoy that content, someone who didn't enjoy that person's experience, why they would feel the need to comment there. Because it's like, do you even comment on the videos you like that? Why are you spending the time just, you clearly don't agree with me, you clearly don't believe in my existence, and you have a right to that, technically. It's pretty shitty to say that a human being's experience is not valid. I think that's a pretty shitty thing to do, but you do technically have that right. But why are you spending the energy here, Shouldn't you be spending energy on videos you do like, with opinions you do support, spending that energy in a place that brings you joy instead of disgust? I don't know. I did want to make a video talking about some of the comments, because some of them I think have some interesting, I have some responses to that I think would be better voiced rather than written. I can expand on certain things because and then some of them were like, I don't know, whatever. And I know that, again, it's part of being on the internet. It's part of being in a minority demographic on the internet, to be perfectly fucking frank. Part of being queer, part of being trans. People don't want you to be here. People don't want you to be here. They don't want you to be talking. Also being, disabled and all the other shit, and sick and all that shit. People in general just don't want me to be here. There was a man I met today who didn't want me to be here. At all. They say repent, but it's like, what if I repent and I still transition? What you want is for me to be gone. You're dressing it like I have a way to get into your good grace. You're pretending like I have a way to make you feel happy about my existence. But I promise you, even if I turned into the most precious Christian girl you've ever fucking seen in your life, you would still hate me. Because that's just because you hated me before you knew I was trans. That's a lot of bullying when people are kids. It's very interesting how, people who are queer, who don't realize they're queer, often get picked on, because for some reason people can tell, sort of, not really, but something in our pack mentality as human beings, we can tell when someone's different, we can tell when someone's weird. It's not just being queer, it's also, if you are autistic or neurodivergent, or disabled in any way, and I mean not obviously disabled, but because they also get bullied as well, because they are obviously disabled. I don't know, it's just this weird thing, we can tell that something's different, and it's something horrible built into, it's something horrible that's learned. I think it's learned, a lot of hatred, I think, is subconscious and only becomes conscious when it is pulled to the forefront of your mind. A lot of bigotry happens in the back of the brain, where you don't think about it until it grows and festers into something that becomes verbalized and acted upon and all that. But it all starts as this quiet shit just in the back, where you're not thinking about it, where you're not listening to it, where you don't notice it until it's grown into something that is now hurting people, So it's complicated. It's all fucking complicated, and I, you know, I'm not a fucking sociologist or whatever the fuck. I don't know who studies the shit I'm talking about, but it's just, I don't know. I've thought a lot about it, because I like people. I find people fascinating. I find human beings and their relationships to each other and themselves to be one of the most fascinating things on Earth. You know, I love humans. As someone who has felt like he is not a human most of his life, humans are fascinating to me. You know, so I don't know, I have a lot of thoughts, I guess. And most of the ones in this video were half-formed and half-verbalized. This is gonna be another one that I upload without rewatching, isn't it? Because if I rewatch it, I'm gonna fucking scream at myself because I look fucking disgusting. Because I'm fucking, you know, I don't feel good and I didn't fucking brush my hair or anything. I got out of bed and this happened, so... But, yeah, I don't know. Are my noodles done yet? Are you done yet? I'm not gonna strain you on camera, because that's gonna be a problem. Man, was there more shit I wanted to talk about? Probably. Probably, almost definitely, for sure. And I didn't. But I'm tired. And I was tired when I started this video, and now I'm more tired. Because I've been talking and cooking. So, yeah, maybe this goes up. I don't think that'll improve the comment section if it does. But, you know, hey, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Or else I might make fun of you or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. My noodles have a minute left, so. This was a nothing video, again. Because most of my videos are nothing videos, because I just talk, and I don't actually do anything productive. Well, I made dinner, but... I'm glad you're here. Thank you for listening to my perspectives on many things that did not have a linear fucking point to them. I'm gonna eat food, and then I'm gonna lay down, and then I'm not gonna get up again for a very long time. Hopefully. If everything goes according to plan. Which it won't. Take care of yourselves for me.